So today we're gonna start by warming up the glute med, right? That's our dynamic warm up. We're gonna probably go into some dead bugs. He's got pretty good transverse abdominis. The biggest reason we're doing this is Brian has a weak glute med. What does that mean? His side glute is not very strong. It's why his hips bother him. It's why everything, his IT band kind of falls in sync. We need to improve the stability of his core, pelvic stability, and we need to get him stronger in the hips, particularly the glute med. So we start with Bandwalks. So he's gonna think about pushing his knees apart, and we're gonna be doing this exercise over and over again. A lot of people confuse demonstrating fitness with achieving fitness, right? Achieving fitness is boring. It's repetitive and you just progress it. So my goal is to get Brian to do heavier band tension as we go through these weeks together, right? So eventually he's gonna have one black band on, and then eventually he's gonna have two black bands on, so that he has to get stronger and stronger in that glute med so that he's having less issues when he's running. Walk it back, babe. Good. Shin should be straight. Shin should be straight. Back. Okay, good. Push your butt back more. That's it. That's where I want you to stay. Now walk. Own that spot. Own it. Right? Feel that? That's where I want you to go. That's where I want it. That's what I want. Right? He just needs stronger glutes. But it also could be too, not even that he's bad at it. Think about a chain, right? A chain's only as strong as what? Its weakest link. So eventually something's gonna break down. Even if you have a world-class deadlifter, at some point they need to get stronger, whether it's their glutes or their grip, something like that's gonna break down. You have a world-class run, someone like him who's world-class at running, something is eventually gonna break down in this chain. In his case, it happens to be his hips. Feet 90 degrees, yep, like this. Good, hands up, straight up, and long arm, long legs. Yeah, big boy. Dead bugs are performed for two reasons. One, to help with pelvic stability, so this transverse abdominis down here gets nice and tight. He actually does a great job with that. And what's the other thing we've talked about over and over with Brian? His thoracic mobility is not great, and if you see, he's trying to reach behind his head while not arching his back, right? That's part of it for him. Biggest thing I need from him is big reaches. Look at this arm, right? He has a hard time straightening it out, and that's what we want him to do without arching his back. Here. Yep, and go. Big reach, big reach, big reach. Bring that leg down lower for me. Good. See how tight he looks? Good. Bring it back up. This is one of those exercises, if you don't do it right, you don't get anything out of it. It's finesse. You can easily miss it. Good. Reach. Every single time it should be painful. Every single time it should feel like he's stretching, because that's literally what he's doing. Bring it back up. Big reach. Good. The cue is that he's keeping his back as flat as possible while doing this, which forces his abdominals to have to engage. So we want him to be powerful. We want him to be dynamic. We want him to be explosive, right? All those things are important for him, that in these positions, he's comfortable. People get hurt for two reasons. One, they can get into positions they can't get out of, and they're in positions they're not used to being in. So why I want him to be in positions where he feels explosive, he can feel dynamic, and get used to it. It's gonna strengthen his hamstrings, it's gonna strengthen his adductors, it's gonna strengthen his groin. It means he's less susceptible to injury while he's running. Oh, 45. Oh, man. Good, tuck those legs, beautiful. Good, perfect. Perfect. Yeah, boy. We get 3 for 3. Mm-hmm. Hands above you. Maybe not get all the way in front of you up here, but maybe get out here. Get them behind you, Brian. That'll give me more of the power. So you don't have to pop back so much. Because when you get up here, you're totally arching your back. Till we open that sucker up. Hands above you. Yep. See how you arch right there? Watch. Do it. Beautiful. His only thing you see there that's bad is if you watch on every single one, he arches when he comes up. Watch it, guys. Watch every single one of those jumps and look back at it. Every single one, he went like this. Instead of being able to get like this, he had to go like this to get it up there. We want to get rid of that. It's just his thoracic mobility. But again, if he can actually find his hips instead of his thoracic spine, meaning he can actually get here, keep him flat back and get it, it's going to make a wealth of difference in his actual runs. Nice and squared up. That's what I want. Yeah. Yeah. Conversation. Yeah. Those are the things we want him to hear when I'm not around, right? Remember those things. Don't shrug, have a conversation, stop arching your back. Those are cues he wants to remember. Setup is huge for exercise, guys. Before you do something, you should be able to look at yourself and say, this is what I know I do every time. This is how I set up incorrectly. And this is why I have to remember what to do to set up correctly.
Right here?
Yeah. Hex bar deadlift. We're gonna go right inside there, 6 reps, ass back on every single one. Right through. I'm just gonna demonstrate for sake. Shins straight, we're in that same position that we were when we were doing those band walks. Stand up, squeeze the ass. Don't arch the back. You literally just stand up straight, push your ass back, stand up straight, push your ass back.
Am I touching the ground?
Every single time. Lift. Good. At the top. Good. Now, your head the whole time has a conversation, right? Here's what I mean, right? This is you having a conversation, right? This is me having a conversation. This is me having a conversation. The entire time I stay there, I see people all the time, they start arching their head when they do.
Okay.
It's just, you're staying here the entire time, and still, this is me. It's just my hips are changing the angle. My head, my spine is not changing the angle. Does that make sense? Okay, other thing. Really, just take your knees, pretend you're totally stiffening them, then totally loosen them up. Keep them soft, push your hips back. Keep them soft.
They're not like that?
They're not. You're still trying to get a little quad. You want to use your quads, your quad dominant. When you start stacking your ankles or your hips over your knees, over your ankles, push those knees out.
So what am I'm coming in?
Yeah, push them out. And it's naturally going to come in because you don't have a strong glute med.
Yeah.
So push your knees out, push your hips back. Okay, let's go again. This is lightweight, so we can just go right back into it. Good, hit ass back more. That's it, that's where I want you to be. Lift. Stay up in the air. But stand all the way up. Squeeze your butt. Good, push your butt way back. Yep, yep. More back, less down. Good. More back. Good, one more. Set it down. Those last 3 were perfect. You see a difference? All right, those last 3 were excellent. Feel a difference in it? We're gonna walk, we're gonna brace, abs stay down. We walk, right? No, listen, when you're on here, nice packed shoulder, walk with it, abs braced, I'm not contorted at all right? I want his knuckles to the sky, I want his wrist nice and straight. People break down at the extensors all the time. Yes, I don't want this. This is what we don't want. People do weighted carries all the time like this, guys. You're asking for extensor issues. You're asking for shoulder problems. You want nice and stacked. That is when your body is powerful in those stacked positions. Bring the shoulder down a little bit. Yep, long arm though. Foot that has the kettlebell is in front. Shoulder blades squeeze together. Drive the knee all the way down. Come on up. Drive the knee all the way down. Come on up. We want to keep this flat on there, okay? And we want to drive our knee down. We also want to squeeze our shoulder blades together, open up that chest. That is perfect, what you're doing right now. Good. Keep that kettlebell at your side.
Here?
Yep. Good. Shoulder blades squeeze together. We don't need rounded shoulders. That's number one. You with this arch on your back, when it's tight like that, it's because your calves are still tight, right? That's why we had an Achilles blowout. So what do we need to do? We need to loosen up those calves. Yeah? Feel it really tight? Again, he's saying his feet. His feet are cramping up, right? It's his calves. His calves are why he's having issues with his feet. People get plantar fasciitis. That's pretty common. What is that from?
That's what I think caused my Achilles tear starting to.
That is why, but it's not necessarily what caused it. Plantar fasciitis didn't cause your Achilles tear. The same thing that caused that plantar fasciitis caused your Achilles tear, which is what? Tight calves, right? If you start getting plantar fasciitis, it's a pretty good sign from your body saying, hey, something's wrong. Remember something. See his calf? See how it moves? This is a triple flexion exercise. Let's have Brian come down. Hip is in flexion, knee is in flexion, ankle is in flexion. That's why it starts to get tight in there. It's a triple flexion exercise. He has tight calves. We gotta fix that, okay? Come out, we're gonna face pull. Stagger the feet. Here. This helps open up this pec, All right, bring that a little higher for me. Great. This is actually really good. And he's nice and braced at that pelvis. Nice, dude. That's actually great form. You can tell he really loves face pulls because these are actually perfect. So far, anything I've seen Brian do, he knows how to chest press, he knows how to deadlift, and he knows how to face pull. And run 50 miles.